Hey people, so for this next project, we are going to create digital collages in the style of Romare Bearden. This is some of his work. He was a very successful African American artist, collage artist from the Harlem Renaissance. So we're talking about the 1920s, the 1930s, even the 1940s. Like I said, he was a super successful and a very well known artist, which was difficult to do for an African American back then. So yeah, this is kind of like his style of like kind of cut paper, construction paper, but also incorporated like found images, photographs, newspaper cutouts. So I'm gonna show you how to collect images into your stock photos folder that are better quality. So here we're going to start just collecting images into your stock images folder, like brick texture, wall texture, streets, doors, windows, people, things that you can collage with. We're going to download them from Google first, and then I'll show you Unsplash, which is a website for free stock photos that are a little bit better quality. But everybody's comfortable with and likes Google, so you go to Google and let's just do a door. Whoops, not a watermark. Don't get images with watermarks, right? So you search door, and then of course you hit image, right? And then this is the tricky part. You scroll through these, and like a bunch of them are crappy quality, like really small. So this is the trick that I'm trying to teach you. Go to tools, and then you can designate like a size. Choose large, get larger images. They're better quality and they won't be blurry. So large, but then also usage rights. You really should be selecting this Creative Commons licenses, and this just means that it's okay to use in your own projects. So large Creative Commons license, and now you have images from Google that you can use. These doors are pretty. So I like right click or control click and save image as, and I'm going to put it in my stock images folder. If you're like using Chromebook, then it's going to go into like your graphic arts folder. It'll look like this, stock photos, and yeah, just keep all your stock photos separate from your projects in the stock photos folder. Anyways, back in Google, we're going to download a couple of these. Maybe we'll do like NYC, doors in NYC. All right, yeah, that's cool. You might like hover over the images and you'll like see down at the bottom the pixel count. Anything over 1,000 is pretty good. So this one's 1,800, which is excellent. I'm gonna save that one and in my stock images folder, and it pops up the preview. But yeah, let's do something else. Windows. All right, NYC Windows. Oh, every time you like redo the search, your settings change. So you have to go back to tools and hit size and then large. Because like you might notice like some of these are might be like, oh, that's pretty big. Some of these are like teeny tiny small. They're coming up pretty big. But anyways, make sure that you're getting like good quality images, large images. Whoops, not hit clear. Go back to tools. So yeah, large, and then usage rights. You really need to use Creative Commons licenses. So or in search for Creative Commons licenses. So these look pretty awesome. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, like I said, anything over 1,000 pixels is acceptable. All right, so you save images to your stock photos folder to use later. That's Google. Another awesome way to do it is these magical websites called free stock photo websites. My favorite is Unsplash. So even if you just Google Unsplash, where it's unsplash.com, Unsplash. Yeah. So these are free stock photos that you can use. Stock photos are like better, high quality images. It says right here, high resolution photos. So let's do NYC Street. All right. So yeah, wow. Like NYC Street. The first top ones are from iStock, and if you click on them, they're gonna want you to like pay for their images. So you just keep scrolling and you get to other ones. And these are free to use. You can put them on websites. You can yeah, do whatever you want with them. So hit free to download and put them in your stock photos folder. Collect this stuff somewhere. Let me just get whoops, one more. Oh, this building's really famous. I forget what it was called. Anyways, download free stock photos from Unsplash. Put them in stock photos folder, and yeah, you want to collect like 6 to 10 images, and then yeah, you're ready to go into Photopea. Like I said, we are going to create kind of collages in the style of Romare Bearden. He has a bunch of like photo cutouts, but he also has kind of construction paper cutouts. So yeah, let's start our project. You go to Photopea, new project, and hit screen right here. And full HD is good. HD is okay too. And we're gonna name it our name, and then Bearden Collage. Whoops, try to spell everything right. Bardon. Den. My bad. There we go. Bearden Collage. Hope that's right. Anyways, hit create, full HD, and this is your composition. Great. So it's good just to start with like a background. The best way to kind of do it is maybe with the lasso tool. So it's basically making a selection and filling it. So I'm just like lasso select, or let's do polygon lasso select. Polygon lasso select will do like straight lines. So polygonal lasso select. Really just trying to make like a street corner that kind of looks like New York. I'm going to click points. Right. I'm just going to make like a wall here, a wall over here, and then a street down here. So a wall color. Let's pick red, brownish red. And the paint bucket tool is underneath the gradient tool. So I'm gonna have to like click and hold on the gradient tool to find the paint bucket tool, fill it, and then keep going back to the polygon and lasso tool and maybe make another selection. Let's like overlap this thing a little bit. There we go. And to get it to close, double click. All right. Now let's pick a different color. That's a nice brown color. And fill it with the paint bucket. And if you ever need to deselect something, select, deselect, it works. And let me just get like a street kind of color, gray. Bluish gray. All right, paint bucket that, boom. And like you can keep going. You can keep going with like the polygon lasso tool. If you want to do like the freehand lasso tool, that's cool too. But you know, a good place to start is just illustrating windows. And you can do entire buildings. I just ended up doing like a corner. So yeah, let's fill this with maybe a brighter color. And paint bucket it. Boom. And you know, it's your creative energy. So windowsills work for details. Let's get a no different brown. Now I have a windowsill. Isn't that magical? So yeah, spend some time just with the like lasso tool and making selections, filling with color, just to get a base, kind of like how Romare Bearden has these construction paper kind of flat areas. Spend some time doing that. It's worth it. That way you have a good background going on, and then we can add all these cutout pictures of the images that we saved from the internet. So let's do that now. Once you have like a background, some plain basic shapes, you want to import images and cut and paste the images that we spent so much time looking for and saving into our stock photos folder. Anyways, file. The wrong way to do this is going file open. If you go file open, then navigate to your stock photos folder, which is here, stock images. If you do that, and let's get, oh, like one of the ones we were actually, oh, these are all people. I guess, oh, that one. If you do that file open, it's going to open in a new tab. This isn't your project. This is just the stock photo. This is your project. This is the stock photo that we want inside of our project. So that's not right at all. I'm going to close that one. And this time, this is the right way to do it. File, open and place. Open and place means you're going to open and place it as a layer. So let's see if we can get back. Oh, here's a good one. All right, boom. See, now it's in my project as a layer. I can turn it on and off. Beautiful, great. You can like move it around with the move tool. You should be able to move it. Oh, it's part of it's selected. Like you can see this little selection. If anything's selected, you don't want it selected, you go select, deselect, right? And now I am free to move and transform my stock photo, right? And you like place it, right? The other thing you can do maybe is transform it differently. Edit, transform, warp, distort, lets you drag and stretch individual corner handles, right? So use those to your advantage. You can't just like plop these things in. You have to place them nicely. So let's do another one. File, open and place. And then let's see. Oh, there's another brick wall, but that's kind of boring. Here, let's get this thing. All right, so here's another one of my images, but maybe I don't want the whole thing. Maybe I want to cut out like just this blue storefront. Use the lasso select tool, right? I'm just going to lasso select the front of this little building. Click and drag to make your selection. And if you think like, oh, maybe I want like a little bit more, want more of this, or you didn't make your selection as perfect as you thought it was, you can always add to it with these little buttons up here and subtract to it. So this one's unite. There it is, unite. And you can add to a selection with unite and just keep going if you want to, adding to a selection. But if you end up going maybe like too far, oh, that's too far, I didn't want all that, this one over here, subtract from a selection, subtract from a selection. All right, so now I think my selection looks okay. Oh, maybe I should remove this little part. Okay. Oh, and this little part, let's remove that. So take your time, make good selections, and you don't need to restart selections. You don't need to restart if you mess them up. Use the add to and subtract from right here. Unite is add to, subtract is take away. Anyways, you make a good selection, and then you have a couple options. You can try to edit, cut, but it won't let you unless you rasterize it. And you could go layer, rasterize, and then edit, cut. But really the easier way to do it is just edit, copy, edit, paste. Use the keyboard shortcuts if you want to make it go faster. But now you see it pasted my selection onto its own layer. I'm just turning off the visibility of the original, I guess, reference or the stock photo that I got. So now I can like really delete this whole layer, and I have this piece on its own layer, and I can move him around. I can transform. I can distort part of an image. Boom. And you're going to keep going like that. I mean, the whole project is collage. So get in some more images. You can go open and place. Again, open and place is your friend. Get this big building or a street light or something. All right, yeah, this is good. Excellent. Maybe I want like just a part of this, like the flower pot, for instance, right? I'm going to just lasso select it. Lasso, select it. And then edit, copy, edit, paste. And now that piece is on its own layer. And I can really get rid of this. If I'm not going to use this reference image anymore, you just hit the trash can button and delete it. And now you have part of an image on its own layer. You can move it around, place it where you want, right? So that's how you can get started making digital collages in Photopea. You know how to use the lasso select, right, to draw shapes, even if it's the polygon lasso, right? You can click to just draw shapes and then fill them with different colors. Paint bucket, fill it with different colors, right? And you can also add images that you've downloaded from the internet. File, open in place, find that image that you want. There we go. There you go. Like, it's as its own layer, and then you can cut pieces of these images with lasso. It's lasso select. It's a game of selection. Don't be afraid to like zoom in, make selections carefully. Spend some time refining your selections. They don't have to be super, super perfect, but you know, it's craftsmanship. It takes a moment. I'm going to do it really quick for the sake of the video. But hopefully you get the idea. I'm using the space bar to hit the hand tool. Whoops, that didn't work. Let's try it again. I'm going to do like a bubble cut. You can always erase parts of it later and clean up your selections later. So bubble cut means like cutting a little bit outside of the subject and not exactly right on top of it. Oh, you know what? I'm on subtract. So I bet you someone's going to try to do this and it's not going to work because I'm on subtract over here. It's not working up top. So whenever you like start a new selection, it's right here. So now you know one of the common mistakes that you could make. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Here we go. Bubble cut around this little girl. Or bubble select. Not really cutting it. I'm going to copy it in a second. Boom. All right, now you have your selection. Of course, if you're in class and you have 80 minutes, you should be like trying to get a better selection. Use this add to, subtract from, unite, or unite is to add to and subtract is to take away. Use those, get used to them. It's not going to go away. You're going to need to use them in like for the next 2 years. So yeah, once you get your selection, edit, copy, edit, paste. Now, the little girl that I selected from this layer is on her own layer. I can delete this layer because I don't need it anymore. And this little girl who looks super happy is in my collage, right? So see what you can do with those techniques and then save it. File, save as a PSD. Always save as a PSD. Don't save as anything else. Name it your first name, last name, Bearden Collage, and put it into your projects folder. And then submit it for classwork.